so loud. The rain.
Wow.
Crazy.
We can't hear it, Candz, so I think it's harder for you, but we can't hear it from our side.
Okay. As long as you can all hear me, that's all good. I see Ali Cat's got a moustache. I didn't even recognize him tonight. All right.
So if we got anyone who's here for the first time tonight, or is it a family gathering?
Let us know if you are here for the first time. We would love to say hi to you and just thank you for taking that giant leap of faith.
Hi, good evening. I'm
Hi.
here today. My name's Sean.
Hi, Sean, welcome. I see we've also got Lungile is also here for the first time. Monica's here for the first time. How does it get better? Amazing. So, Candz, can I introduce you to everybody?
All right. Yes, that would be amazing, and then we can get started. Yay.
Yes. While your signal is still going, let's go for it. So for those of you who are not here for the first time, all your regular faces, you know my sister and one of my besties very well. But for those of you who are new, may I introduce you to the most wonderful human being, one of the most wonderful human beings I've ever had the joy of meeting. And I met her through this community over a year ago. And little did I know at the time when we joined this community that sacred yes that I gave would bring such an amazing woman into my life. And it's just, oh my gosh, a friend like none other. So, but for those of you who don't know her, this is Candz. And at the moment she's in Sagefield where it's raining, bucketing down. But she kind of goes between Cape Town and Sagefield. Candz was a salon owner. Then she had a back injury and COVID happened. Anyway, she decided to change some direction, sold her salon, became an access consciousness facilitator, and moved to the garden route to seek her life purpose. 6 months later, our sacred gifting economy came into her life, and she realized not only could she now help other people to have major impact. So Candz, it's such an honor to introduce you to this community. And many of you have met Candz, so you know that the words I'm saying don't even reflect a piece of the magic that she is. And on top of all of that, she's been incredibly successful in Gift of Legacy, and she's part of the core team that put this beautiful program together. She's super smart, and who better to hear about Gift of Legacy than from Candz. So over to you, my sister.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm just going to jump straight into this quickly. And just get out of all of these things. Okay, can everybody see that? All right, so like Angela said, my name is Candz, and do you see it?
Not yet. Oh, there we go. Yes. Got it.
Okay, so there is quite a delay. So I'm just going to do my best here, and you just let me know. All right, everybody. So like Angela said, my name is Candz, and I am on my way to becoming a conscious billionaire. And I invite every single one of you to come on this journey with me, because we are the light bringers, the magic makers, and the world shifters, and the game shakers. We challenge you, we uplift you, and we change you. We will no longer let you play small with your life. These heartbeats are your family. These heartbeats are your tribe. So welcome to Gift of Legacy. If this is your first time here, well done for following your heart and getting out of your head. This is something that you would have never ever seen or heard about before. And we really are here to color your world. The person that invited you absolutely loves and cares for you, and they want the best for you, because this is a gifting activity that has created so much abundance in my world and so many people that are on this call. And like Angela said, not only have we been able to get some gifts and receive and change the world, but we have met so many incredible people that continue to touch lives and touch me on a daily basis. So you have been invited here. It's a sacred invitation. You cannot join Gift of Legacy without being invited by somebody. And let me show you our world of color. So what is Gift of Legacy? Well, Gift of Legacy is the most thing, probably about probably a year before Gift of Legacy was co-created. And I really believe in the concept of gifting and receiving. It's the way that the world has to go. And when I was on a whole lot of other different, because for something like this to work, you need quite a volume of people. And in order to manage a volume of people, you need a program that has an algorithm built in. So Gift of Legacy has the most incredible algorithm to ride the boards of abundance. So today we'll share the most amazingly kept secret that has definitely already changed the lives of millions worldwide. Are you ready to get started with me? So this is a book that's come out, and basically it talks about the way that the world is at the moment. We've got our billionaires that are all sitting at the top, and after COVID, they became trillionaires very, very easily. And, they are the 1% of humanity that are doing extremely well, while the rest of the people in the world struggle to live. And I don't know about you guys, but I came here to thrive, not just survive. So gifting economies are very highly profitable. We need to change the monetary structure, and gifting economies is the way to go. And through gifting economies, we create amazing self-sustainable communities. And this is, with the amount of people that have joined us in the last 2 months, it is really growing at a rapid rate, and we're going to hit that exponential curve very, very soon. So like Irvin Laszlo said at the Cultural Forum in China in 2014 already, remember that's like 8 years ago now, either we'll join together for an ecological civilization in the next few years, or we will become to change the world. So just a little disclaimer before I carry on. This presentation is for information sharing only, and it cannot be construed as financial advice. Neither myself, Angela, or any of the representatives of Gift of Legacy are registered financial or tax advisors. And please remember, the information given is only intended to give examples of what a participant may expect on this fantastic journey. So who is this for? Well, I'd like to think it's for everybody, because most of the people that are on this call want to help everybody. But it really is for somebody that's willing to follow their heart, that doesn't want to give up, that can handle no's, because, when Noah was building the ark, think about how much criticism he got, and he just carried on building, and then he landed up saving all the animals. So do you believe in the principle of sowing and reaping, giving and receiving? My favorite, I absolutely love this concept. And, just the other day, we were in a parking lot in Johannesburg. I was visiting Angela. A whole group of us went for lunch, and somebody that had actually just joined Gift of Legacy with us was in the car. And when we were leaving a parking lot, just there we go. Sorry. So this lady gave a car guard 100 Rand, and it was just so beautiful. So blessing someone that you don't even know is absolutely beautiful. Gift of Legacy will definitely help you take control of your life. And of course, you enjoy helping others succeed, because I most certainly do. One of the reasons why I'm so passionate about Gift of Legacy is because I've always been a person that wants to help the world. But in my salon, I was very consumed by making that a success, and obviously just having enough money that and everybody in there. And now I'm in a position where I can change the life keeps on giving. So if you have answered yes to any of the above, or this is resonating with you, then we are definitely ready to get started. So a global gifting activity. Well, this is amazing because we actually have to change this every week. We have no limitations of borders, and now we have members in over 100 countries and growing. And between Wednesday and Thursday this week, the community grew by 10,000 people, taking us from 90,000, and I get goosebumps when I think about this, 90,000 to 100,000 people in just under 10 weeks. So this makes me very, very excited. We knew that this was going to be a big thing, and we spoke about it being the biggest gifting community in the world, but I don't think anything prepared any of us in the 8 months leading up to this, that we would grow at such a rapid rate, which just leads me to believe that this is what the world needs right now. We uplift communities and of course ourselves, and we create abundance and self-development together. Now, when I talk about self-development, there are so many things you'll learn on this journey, and it comes from within, it comes from your heart, because you need to trust yourself. And there's going to be a lot of doubt. You watch a video, and then what's the first thing that you do when you're excited about something? You go and Google it. You research it, don't you? And then, of course, with all new wonderful things, we get met with resistance because people don't like change. So one of the first things you'll see on Google is articles that slate it and call us MLM, and you know, we are going to be met with some resistance. So if you are excited about this, remember to always go into your heart and just go. Also supposed to be part of a change. So your first little part of self-development is going to be dealing with a lot of no's and a lot of rejection and a lot of like, oh my gosh, are you crazy? So that's your first part of self-development. But then you will also learn little things like how to open a PayPal account, how to receive crypto, how to translate English into Russian while you're communicating with people. So there are so many little things that will contribute to your self-development on this journey as well. Sacred economics. Well, that has been in the world for the last 40 years in the Western culture, actually 60 years. It came out in the 60s. And it has been around the world for centuries, especially in our tribal communities. In Africa, obviously, we've got a lot of tribal communities, and we call it the Ubuntu culture, which really just means that communities help each other to get what they need and want and make life from ancient gifting economies. This is my favorite part. It's 100% legal, and it's been off the mainstream system for decades. I was actually chatting to somebody that was talking to an Uber driver the other day, and he was saying that within his culture, and they use the word stokvel, which is very similar to what we're doing here. In order to enter the stokvel that he was part of, it actually cost 15,000 Rand. We are talking about 10% of 15,000 Rand, which is $100. And yeah, it just made me think that if you're going to enter, and that's what happens within the Ubuntu culture. So we can really say now that we have shared wealth into the hands of many, and millions of dollars get shared globally among people annually, monthly, weekly, and even daily since we started. So, I mean, if you do the math, just on the $100 board, if we've got 100,000 people that started on the $100 board, that's millions in the platinum board. We definitely give hope, education, and bless people into abundance globally, which is so beautiful. One of my favorites, decentralized. We hear that word a lot. I think it started with crypto, which is decentralized. It's away from the mainstream banking system. And things are going to become decentralized in many different aspects of life. But we talk owner, there's no CEO, there's absolutely no ownership here. I myself, even though I was part of the co-creation, as Angela, Chris, Hercules, Jenny, Regan, we were all part of the co-creation. We're not an institution. None of us are brokers or traders. We are just here sharing because we are passionate about this and we want to change the world. That's why we are here. It purely is an interactive website. All you do is you'll get a link from your inviter, you go on, you sign up. All that's required is your details, manages the movement of the boards. So it's like playing a game of snakes and ladders. It's just going to move you along the board. And it's a beautiful, beautiful gifting activity. There's no credit card you need to gift your $100 in, and that's what really makes it decentralized. Very important, you need a computer or a smartphone and definitely an internet connection. And our main ways of communicating are with WhatsApp and Telegram, which is absolutely essential. Peer-to-peer, another one of my favorites because the gifts get paid directly to you. And when you arrive on the board as a gifter, it's almost like you're going to the checkout when you've done your shopping. As soon as you arrive on someone's board, you are ticking gift of legacy. So you'll land on a person's board, you'll hover over their name, you'll see their details, you contact them straight away, and then you make an arrangement offline for how you want to get paid or gifted. So Angela's always very funny with that because she says when she gets her first $5,000 gift on the boards, she is going to be expecting somebody to arrive with a suitcase full of cash. And I can only hope that it's me that gifts you because then I've got an excuse to come and visit you. So there is absolutely no third party controlling your money. So if somebody has invited you and it doesn't sound like what I'm explaining, just be very careful. You only gift the legend when you land on the board. And really, it's 100% risk-free. And the only risk is yourself and your attitude and your mindset. Perpetual, one of my favorite words, perpetual, because this means it's ongoing, non-stop and passive. And I think that's what we've always dreamed of when we left school and we started a job. We all just had this dream of a passive income and then realized with the daily grind that it's never going to happen. You're lucky if you get your 18 days off a year and just enough money to go on a little holiday, if you even get that. So the aim of the game here is definitely to have that ongoing passive perpetual generations to come. And remember, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing that you can will down to family members or whoever you like, and the gifts will keep on coming. As long as you're willing to gift the legend to keep it going, you will be constantly gifted over and over again. So we are a community that has the same goals, and Gift of Legacy is more than just a gifting activity. And I always like to remind everybody that in the 6 to 8 months that we were getting together, having these meetings every night, we came together with just faith. Nobody had even seen the website. We just came together with the faith that this was going to happen. And for 5 to 8 months, not one single cent was exchanged between members. And that is just so beautiful to me. And I will always look back on that with absolute awe and wonder. So we help each other grow and succeed while supporting and uplifting one another. When you come in as a gifter, you gift from your heart. When you become a builder, you're sharing the love and you're inviting all of the ones that you want to join with you. When you become a guide, you're now guiding your team, you're nurturing all the people that you brought in with you. And when you become the legend, that is when you finally receive and you can build your legacy. We definitely are a community with the same goal, and that is we are changing lives. We have changed lives, and we see lives change on a daily basis. So how do we start? I've given you all of the exciting bits. I've given you the dream. Now you that if this is your first time or even your second or your third, you probably don't fully understand it, and that's absolutely okay. This is something completely new. I was the same kind of skeptic. I had so many questions. I couldn't understand how people could receive in abundance and nobody lost out. But this is, like Angela likes to say, a mathematical certainty. And that is why the computer algorithm is so important. And the program that makes Gift of Legacy so unique is something that has blown everybody away. So you enter Gift of Legacy by gifting just $100 into your self-perpetual system. This is honestly the one and only time you'll ever take money out of your own pockets. Gifting is purely peer-to-peer because 100% of all the gifts are paid directly to you. So how do we do this? I mean, we're a global community in over 100 countries. Well, initially, in those 5 months, we spoke about Wise quite a bit. Now, Wise has turned out to be quite unreliable. Although it was a great way when we started, I think that they're not in support of gifting. So a lot of accounts are being closed. And although some countries have had great joy with it, there are a lot of countries that are struggling to use Wise. So I wouldn't recommend it as the only gifting platform that you use. There's a great one called PayPal is great. Just make sure that when you've got PayPal, you've got it connected to a bank account and you're constantly withdrawing. So far, it's been amazing for me. And then, of course, you've got crypto. Crypto is probably the way forward because it's very easy to use once you understand it, and one basic videos so that you can get started with absolute ease. And just remember, if you are in the same country with someone, that's great because then you can actually just do a normal bank transfer. But remember that when you are gifting a legend, it is the legend's choice as to how they want to be gifted. But of course, it comes with, making sure that you can both use the same payment platform. So remember, there's no middleman or third party involved ever, which is great. Like I said, you get hold of your legend, how it is the best way to receive and send a gift. So we are going to be writing the boards of abundance very soon. In the next couple of slides, you're going to look at the origin. Like I said before, you join the board and gift your legend $100. Make sure that when you are joining any board, you have your gift ready. You're not going to go and buy a whole lot of groceries, get to the checkout, and then say, okay, well, nobody else is in the queue. I'm not going to gift you right now. So it's really important when you click join board that you have your gift ready and you've got a couple of the payment platforms in place so that you can go through this with ease. Remember, it's a gifting community, not a debt collecting community. So I found a lot of our legends at the moment are actually having to make contact with the gifters instead of the other way around. So if you are a legend and you are waiting for people to contact you, sometimes it's important that you just make contact with them. And just on average on our main calls every night, and we've got 100,000 people. So we have to help educate the rest of this beautiful tribe as to how we operate. Once you have joined the board and gifted your legend, that is when you start coming to Zoom calls and you get yourself very familiar with everything that Gift of Legacy is about. We've got fantastic training as well. And when you are ready, you start sharing Gift of Legacy with like-minded people who will in turn do the same. You have 4 boards. You've got 100, which is the bronze, 400, which is the silver, 1,600, which is the gold, and then of course your 5,000 platinum board. And to legend on each of the 4 boards. And once you have moved from the bronze to the silver, to the gold, and to the platinum, you will constantly have 4 boards all working together at different ways, just depending on how you built. And on your journey through the boards, you will receive gifts along the way, totaling 42,000. Absolutely amazing. And I've seen it firsthand. There are so many people that have received in abundance this exact amount. And of course, on the perpetual journey, which a lot of people are starting to go on now, our gifts will total $49,700. And this can repeat over and over and over again. So get ready for the ride of your life. So this is what a board looks like. This is our bronze board. You will enter with $100 and you will go from gifter to builder to guide to legend. And when you're legend, you will exit the board with $800. So let's unpack that a little bit. This is what a board looks like. You've got your left hemisphere and you've got your right hemisphere. You've got gifters number 1 to 4 on the left-hand side and gifters number 5 to 8 on the right-hand side. You then have your 2 builders on the left and the right, and then one guard on each side. And then of course you've got your legend in the middle. Now, the reason why we explain it like that is when you get to guide and the board completes, you actually get your own spot as a legend. And every time the board completes, it actually becomes 2 boards. When you've got a cell, it starts off as 1 unit and then it splits off and then they split off and then they split off. And that's exactly how this works. So you'll start off as a gifter. Remember, you sign up with your invite link, you do all the steps that we explained to you, and then you have the option once you've signed up to join your inviters board. So you will either land up in position 1 to 8. It really just depends where you are. And then you will wait for gifter number 2, 3, 4, 5. You just check that for me. And once you've got your 8 gifters in, the board will spin. The 2 guides will now become legends on their own builder position. Then when you're in a builder position, that is when you're going to start sharing with all of the like-minded and like-hearted people. And ultimately you will be, if you're builder number 1, when your gifters come in, they will land on gifted position number 1 and 2. Remember, they would have clicked join board, immediately get hold of the legend and say, hi, I'm gifter Candz on your board. Where and how would you like to receive your gift? Then remember, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will arrive. The board will spin. This board will now complete and become 2 boards where the guides will become legends. Then you will become a guide. Ultimately, your builders will follow, your gifters will follow you into builder positions. And then their people that they invite will come in as 5, 6, 7, 8 gifters before the board spins. 2 boards are made and you will become a legend on one of those boards. And now is where the fun starts, because as legend, when your 2 builders are on either side of you as guides, they will have brought their people in, and their people now will have gifters that are gifting you finally on your journey. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gifters will come in, and the board will be complete, and you will have received $800 from just that initial $100 gift that you jumped in with your whole heart and you are receiving. So now what happens? Remember, we say that you only ever use $100 out of your own pocket, because now from that $800, you get to move on to the silver board. So you hold back $400 to enter the silver board, and you hold back $100 to go on your perpetual bronze journey, which means that you still land up keeping $300. Your $100 back that you put in, and $200 that you can either sponsor people in, or just spoil yourself with something wonderful because you deserve it, because you trusted. So let's talk about our perpetual board. You would have gone through your first round, and now you get onto the perpetual board. So the board closes. Once you confirm that last gifter, the board will close, and you will have the option to join a bronze board again. You will land as a gifter on either position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, and you will contact the legend and say, "Hi, I'm so happy to be on this board for the second time. How and where would you like to receive your gift?" Again, everybody that, and you will move from gifter to builder to guide and to legend. And this time, when you receive your $800, you get to keep $700, because all you need is that $100 to keep on going over and over and over again, just like the Ferris wheel. So your silver board, you enter with $400. So you get on as a gifter. You contact the legend on the board. As soon as you get on there, please make sure that you contact that legend as soon as you click join board, because you want to have the same experience when you become a legend. And you say, "Hi, I am Candz Magic on your board. How and where would you like to receive your gift? I will happily give that $400 to secure my position on the next round." And then of the legend, you now receive 8 times $400. The beautiful thing about the 400 board is everybody that's come in underneath you will be pushing you forward. So you don't need to get 2 new people when you become a builder on the silver board, because everybody you brought in, as long as you're nurturing the beautiful tribe that you've been building, they will help you to get to legend. And out of that, well, now you've got to hold back $1,600 for your gold board, and you've got to hold back $400 for your perpetual silver. But look at this now, you get to keep $1,200, and you've secured a place on your now passive perpetual silver board, as well as secured a wonderful future for yourself on the $1,600 board, which is so exciting. On your perpetual position, remember, you're going to just re-enter. When your board closes as a legend, you'll have the option to join a board. You go in as a gifter, you say, "Hi, I'm a gifter. Where would you like to receive your gift?" And this time, when you get to legend, you get to keep $2,800 to re-enter on your perpetual position over and over and over again. Now we are on the gold board, the $1,600 board. Let me tell you, it is so exciting to get hold of a legend on the board and say, "Hi, I'm a gifter on your gold board. Where would you like to receive your $1,600? And then when you go from gifter to builder to guide and then to legend again, it will be your turn to receive 8 times that amount. And when you exit, you will be $12,800 richer and full of absolute abundance, joy, and wonder. So what happens now? Well, you hold back $5,000 to enter on your final and 4th platinum board, as well as $1,600 to get onto that beautiful perpetual passive gold board. So you might be thinking, "Oh my goodness, that's $6,600 that I have to just give away." Let me tell you, it is the best feeling to be able to keep $6,200 in your pocket after that gold board round. So you now get to enter your perpetual gold board. And when you go from gifted to guide, gifted to builder to guide and then to legend, you only need to keep $1,600 for each round, which means this time you get to pocket $11,200. Well, guys, the world once we get to those gold boards, and it happens over and over and over again. As long as our computer system is working and that algorithm, which is so beautiful, slick, and sustainable, we will be able to carry this on forever from generation to generation. And then lastly, our platinum board, something that we are so proud of because it's never ever been done before in any gifting community. Our precursor program, the 2000 board, was as high as we went. So it was really exciting to create this. You enter as a gifter on your 5000 board. You contact that legend with so much happiness and so much gratitude for being in a position where you can actually hand over $5,000, and it makes you excited to give it to somebody else. And then, of course, the reason why you're so excited to share that is because you know that you're going to go from gifter to builder to guide. And then when you are a legend and people land on your board, you are going to receive 8 times $5,000, which is $40,000. It is real. There are probably about 100 people on the platinum board at the moment. And when we started, there were 7 people on the platinum board. So there are like 90 people that have managed to get to the platinum board in the last 9 weeks. We did round 1, and all you need to do on this platinum board is keep $5,000 to go perpetual. So have $35,000 worth of gifts in your pocket to use in whichever way you please. And it just keeps on giving over and over and over again. So, oh my goodness, it gives me so much joy to see people that have been coming to these meetings over and over again for the last 5 months, perpetually, finally receiving on this platinum board. So everyone, I'd like you to just take a picture of this, because this is your perpetual position summary. You've got your $100 perpetual board that will be moving. You've got your $400 perpetual board, your 1,600, and then your 5,000. And if you add all those perpetual amounts and gifts up, that is what comes to nearly $50,000. And even if you do that in a year, I mean, I don't think I've ever earned that much money in a year. So this is really, really beautiful. And all that you have to do is believe. Believe, and don't let anybody try and tramp on these dreams, because they're real and they happen, and we see it every single day. So let's just recap. Participation will always start with generosity and appreciation. And it really continues by perpetually paying it forward over and over again. And all you need is to give $100 to the legend when you're ready to join. Share with 2 like-minded people who will in turn do the same. Your summary of round 1 through the boards is $42,700 that you receive. And on your perpetual rounds, which remember can carry on over and over again, you receive $49,000. I'm back.
Are you back? Come back.
Oh, okay. So
it's
because
being here.
the energy was so electric talking about $50,000, everybody. $50,000. I don't care where you are in the world, even if you're in America and you earn dollars, $50,000 is a lot of money. And it's where dreams come true, and it makes life so much easier. So, activity guidelines. Remember, in order to advance from the bronze board to the rest of the boards, you invite 2 people to join you that can duplicate what you did. It doesn't help to just put 2 people on that aren't going to contribute, because how are you going to move through the 400 and the 1,600 board? You don't have people that are bringing people that are bringing people. So if you don't follow this guideline, and if you get to a legend position and you don't have your 2 people, you'll unfortunately not be able to advance to the bronze board, perpetual, or to the silver board. Instead, you'll be given a sacred pause, and until you find those 2 people, you will not be able to rejoin the boards. So in order to activate the perpetual board, exactly the same rules apply. Bring those people in, share the love, get them to share the love, nurture them. You know, a lot of people say that they have issues finding people, but no matter what job you're in the world, if you've got a boss and you've got a job, there's certain requirements that you've agreed to in order to perform the duties of that job. So within Gift of Legacy, all that's required of you is to build a tribe that can change the world with you. So don't let your fears get in the way of your dreams, because it's the easiest thing you'll ever do. Just with every no, understand and believe that you'll be getting closer to a yes. And if you are having a jet, come to the Zoom calls, get to know the people that are on camera, because that's how I landed up believing in this. I was very skeptical, not of the precursor program, but I was very skeptical coming from, you know, being a salon owner and coming from a dog eat dogs world. But what I did was I committed to joining Zoom calls 2 to 3 times a week. And beautiful things happened because I got to know the faces in the community. And every week I saw people changing in front of my eyes because it was their turn to receive. And that is what grabbed me. I wasn't sharing it from the beginning straight away. I tried to, and people rejected me, but I knew that there was something there. I believed in it. So I came to the Zoom calls and I watched people's lives change in front of my eyes. And I decided I want some of that. And here I am today, 8 months later, part of an amazing tribe. It's so easy to share this. Every time I'm sharing it. If I'm at the petrol station filling up with petrol, I'm sharing it. If I'm in an Uber, I'm sharing it. And if you just commit to sharing to 2 people every day with no expectations, just share it, just talk about it. And the main thing that you need to do is just get them to come to the Zoom call. That's it. Don't try and get them to join overnight. See the people and connect with this beautiful tribe. And remember, once you've got your 2 people and you are helping them and they're helping their people, you don't have to ever get more people. And the only money that you ever took out of your pocket was that unconditional gift of $100. So what makes Gift of Legacy unique? Well, we've got an amazing user-friendly profile, easy to use, and everything that you need to succeed is at your fingertips. We have a fail-safe system, and most of the people that are on this call were really nervous about this fail-safe system not working, but everybody that joined from the beginning, from the 10th of January, has had a taste of this beautiful fail-safe system and our various methods of the algorithm, which takes care of new participants while rewarding existing. And that is because of our wonderful cross-pollination, where we join a global pool with the entire Gift of Legacy community, people, 100 countries with 100,000 people. So there are going to be cultural differences. There is going to be language barriers. So if you get a strange message in a different language or you get a weird email, don't think it's spam. Just look a little bit deeper. Try and see to be kind to one another. If you do get strange language, go to deeple.com or Google Translate. And that is so easy to communicate in a different language across the world. Remember, we've got cultural differences. So someone that is trying to talk to you might come across as rude. I really don't think it's their intention. So just be kind to one another. Remember that you're definitely not limited to 2 invitees. Although each profile that you have must have the minimum of 2 invitees, you are not limited to 2. And the magic number is 8, which I will share with you in a second why. We have an incredible voluntary support team at the moment. We are slowly but surely going to get fully automated, and the support is available on our website, giftoflegacyglobal.com. We've got live chat. There's a little chat box on the bottom right that you can click on, but please make sure that it's for, relevant issues. We had some weird requests this week in support, with people crying over broken hearts and demanding that come to support if you've got real issues. Like if you're locked out of your account and you can't get back in. We can't solve broken hearts at the moment. And if you want to make lots of money, then we've got fast track. So now fast track is something that we talk about. I was laughing at the airport the other day. Most of the cheap airlines that we choose have got really clever ways of adding on to the expenses that you've got. And one of them is priority boarding or queue jump. So fast tracking is exactly that. If you're on the bronze board and you want to see what else is out there and you want to, quicken your journey, all you need to do is get 4 people and then your silver board will unlock. You can join your silver board provided you've got the means necessary. Then when you've got 6 confirmed invitees, the gold board will unlock. If you've got your $1,600 ready, you can join the board and make your gift. Remember, it's really, really important that when you are clicking to join a board, you'll get a pop-up that will say, have you got your gift ready? Make sure you've got your gift ready before you join this board. And we are going to be implementing some little bumps in the road for people that want to join and hop off and join and hop off. Pretty soon when we have a software update. If you've joined a board and you hop off, there's going to be a little penalty. You're not going to be able to join a board for 48 hours. So please make sure that when you are ready to join a board, that you are absolutely joining a board. Oopsie, don't know what's going on there, Ange. And then remember, when you've got 8 people, 8 people is the magic number. It's the number of infinity. You have the opportunity to join a platinum board. Remember, very important, share gifts of legacy with like-minded and like-hearted people only. We do not support promoting on social media because it really invites scammers, and this is something you want to work with people that you know on, somebody that you get along with, that you can work together, you can change the world with. I heard a wonderful thing the other day that said, if you get your dream job at a company, your dream company, let's just say Universal Studios, you become the CEO of Universal Studios, and they say to you, no, there's 2 people that are going to work alongside you to guarantee the success of Universal Studios. Those are the people that you want to be talking to. Those are the people you want to invite on your journey. It's not about who you join on this journey. There's a lot of teams that are out there that are trying to say that the grass is greener on the other side, that if you join them, you'll move faster. It's not true. The algorithm supports you and the people that you bring in underneath you. Only the people that you bring in are responsible for your success. So if you are joining another team, guess what? You're just contributing to their like-minded and like-hearted people. Don't bring in the space fillers. We really need to make sure that we've got magic builders. And when you bring your people and you educate them and you guide and help them bring their people in, they are going to duplicate it. And that is how this works. Also remember, like I said earlier, be the messenger and not the message, which means that you don't need to try and sell this to somebody on your first chat about it. We've been presenting, know how to explain it. We can deliver the message with confidence. So make your goal to get people to join a Zoom call. And remember, when you are inviting them, make them understand they don't have to participate. They're literally coming on as a week because we have different personalities and different people. And if I don't appeal to you, maybe Angela and Regan will. We've got Tim and Petra, there's Chris. We've got so many amazing presenters as well. And we all give the same message, but of course, we've all got our personalities which appeal to people. And we also have an amazing training on YouTube called AIDA, which is a step-by-step system where you can help get attention from people that you want to invite, interest, desire, and then action. So it's a really, really great training. And we've got the recording on YouTube. And then just in closing, remember, it's important to understand that there are no guarantees. Your success or failure will really depend on your willingness to be a part of this community, to watch all of the training videos, to make a point of sharing this with everybody every single day, and never give up. Remember, you trusted your heart with this, and you need to stay there. So remember to help all the people that you've brought in. Don't just invite them and then once they've signed up, just leave them to do the same. Like, support them as much as you can. Help them to follow the ethical principles of Gift of Legacy. Those of you that are in legend positions at the moment and you are dealing with an influx of lots of people joining your boards, just be patient and kind. They need education. They need to be explained the ethos of this beautiful gifting community. Remember, it remains an individual participant's responsibility to ensure the tax compliance in their country. Very easy to do. All you do, information will come up. And remember, like I said earlier, Gift of Legacy is a decentralized platform. We don't have any third-party affiliation, ownership, or partnership. So like I said, there are lots of teams that have been created within Gift of Legacy. Our names as presenters have been used to try and get people to join. Just be careful. Always be mindful about the fact that your success depends on the people you bring in. And remember that if you do join one of these teams that promise success or a faster ride on the waters of abundance, you have to do that at your own risk. Remember that this is peer-to-peer, so no funds ever get paid to one single person or to the platform. The gifts are always given from the gifter to the legend, and that is the only time that money is ever exchanged. None of us as leaders will reach out on Telegram and ask you to give money to us. And yeah, so just be very mindful and be very clued up about all the guidelines that I've just shared with you this evening. We've got Zooms that are just exploding. We've got our English Zoom every evening, weeknight at this T+2. We've got Petra tomorrow, which is sharing a beautiful self-taught Gift of Legacy. So after the training tomorrow, we're going to have that available. We've got our Afrikaans Zooms on a Tuesday at 10 a.m., Thursday at 6 o'clock. We've got German Mondays right after our call, Spanish Wednesdays right after the English call. We've got 2 Asia calls on a Wednesday and a Thursday at 7 and 9 o'clock GMT +8. And then we've got Finnish, Italian, Portuguese, French. Oh, there are so many. Every day we get requests. We've got Charles, who actually just created a Zulu presentation. So things are happening and we are just growing at such a rapid rate. We've also got 3 official Gift of Legacy groups. We've got our big one, the Come Unity group, which is 15,000 strong, probably gearing towards 16,000. We actually had to close it down as a chat, and we've had to decide to make it info only. It was just getting absolutely out of hand. And of course, English being the official language and our moderators all being English, it was getting a little bit difficult to try and communicate with all the other languages. We've also got the official only channel, and then of course the Gift of Legacy testimonials. So I would definitely go and check out the testimonial group. I'm sure one of our leaders will share it in the chat. It is really beautiful and heartwarming, and it's where I direct all of my new invitees to before any other group, because it's filled with positivity and real people sharing their experiences. Then we've also got the Spanish, Italian, German, and somebody requested that we put the Portuguese one on here as well. So we will get there. And there's a big Russian one as well. So it really is growing, growing, growing. So thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to know more, please make sure to stay in touch with the person that invited you. They touched something in your heart which made you believe. So it's important to travel with them. And make sure to join all of our training sessions. Like I said, come to Zoom calls until you feel ready to share. And I am just so grateful that we got through this presentation and I was able to do it. and not having to throw my dear friend Angelique into the deep end. And I've run a little bit over time, but I am looking for our beautiful Mpho to share with us this evening. Let me see if I can find you. I am going to ask you to start your video and then we can bring you on. Mpho.
Jonas, please put Jonas. I'm on my husband's thing. Jonas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. Fantastic. Hello, beautiful.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, family. Good evening, everybody. I am going to try my best to be brief. I'm really excited to share my story this evening. Candz has already mentioned my name. I'm not going to repeat it. I just want to say right at the beginning that financially, I am not where I want to be as yet. But I am on my way and I am all right. Those who are aware of Joyce Meyer will know that I am quoting her. I am not where I want to be yet, but I'm on my way and I'm all right. With this community, I can tell you, I am really all right. I come from a world of sales and training. I was selling educational products, cookware, skin products and all that, you know. And sometimes we had to buy stock and you find that your money is tied in these things and you are broke as can be. But I did very well when I was selling educational products. Very well. I became a manager until I became a national sales support, and I traveled really all over, you know. I went to Europe, I went to the United States because I was doing so well. This is multi-level marketing. Lost my job 2003, I think it was, and I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't go back into the market. I don't know what happened there. So I started an NGO in 2004 because that's one thing that God has given me is a heart to serve, a heart to give. So I gave my time in the community and I started an NGO where we take care of orphans and elderly and all that, but also passionate about developing people, you know, making sure that people are entrepreneurial so that they can start their own little businesses and provide employment where possible. Then I started doing other things as well to try and make money. And in the process, I lost a lot of money. I went into construction. I fell in love with the industry. I did a lot of work there, but it really bruised me. It really, it left me bleeding. I had a debt that I was pulling behind me from 2008, a huge debt owing the bank because I had to borrow money to do some of the projects and never got paid as a subcontractor and so on. Some of you will know that pain, you know. So then I came into things that were promising us good returns, and I put a lot of money, including some of the money that one would have kept somewhere as a savings for rainy days. And I took all that money and I lost all of it. In a few years ago, I got married at 60. At 60, I got married. And I want to tell you this story that a man, when he was proposing to me, I said to him, you know, if I was a man looking to marry a wife, I don't know if I would take a woman who looks like me financially. That's how bad it really looked, okay? Anyway, he loved me and took me as I was, with my big debt owing the what you call it, the bank, okay? So last year, I'm trying to come very quickly here. Last year, someone who's probably in the meeting, in this meeting, she says to me, she phones me, I'm in Devon, you know, South Africa, in one of the provinces, not mine. She calls me and says, Mpho, please send me money quickly, 1,500, you know, and this is a person I trust and all that. I don't ask her any questions, I send her the money because we're busy moving my daughter's house. So I'm really not in a position to ask a lot of questions. Okay, she takes the money and she does whatever she was doing with it. This is when we were in the previous community, you know. And when I come back to Gauteng, I ask her, what were you doing with that money? No, I was registering you somewhere. I thought, what? And I almost murdered her. Don't do this, because I really don't advise it. But, you know, she knew our relationship, that she could withstand whatever that I was going to give or throw at her. So now she says to me, Mama, you know what? In 6 months, I want you to call me and you scold me the way that you're scolding me now. And I said, you should never do this, something like this without getting my permission and so on. Anyway, I was in that community and I had to understand exactly how it works. And I was like, wow. I thought, wow, this is something that I am comfortable with. I am not going to put any money on the internet somewhere. I am not going to be asked for monthly, what you call them, upgrades and all that. This thing is going to, it's between people. I said, no, I'm in. So I went into it, I gave it my all. I brought my husband in, I brought my children, and I had even our NGO, you know, the NGO that I told you, I registered them as well. And I did very well. And I think we all know that then we had to take a break. That was a painful break for me because I was so spoiled. I was so used now to income coming, you know, every month you're getting this amount, you're getting that amount. And this thing was giving me something that I also love, which is really encouraging people, making sure that everybody is getting successful. You know, that is really one of my passions, to see someone making it. You know, Candz said when she was presenting that we change lives. That is something that really excites me. And I love giving, as you can guess. And I had not given, I can tell you, for several years, I had not given. And that really made me miserable because I'm a giver. I love giving. So what happened to my debt? Because really, this is what I want you to understand. I was living on red money all the time. And I think all of you perhaps understand. When you are living on overdraft all the time, you can't even come to a point of break even. So in the previous community already, I came to a point of break even. I owed the bank not 1 rand, not 1 rand. And it felt like a big load had left my shoulders. I could not quite believe it, even though this is something that I had been praying for. And I was really very thankful, very, very thankful. So when the website was being developed, you know, like many of us, I was disappointed that we didn't start in September as we had hoped, because I had a long queue of people waiting to come in September. And I had to tell them not yet. And then it was November. November didn't happen. And, you know, I'm just sharing this so that you know that the disappointments are there, but we have to overcome them. And then when we finally launched again in January, it was great news. It was great news for me. And I can tell you, as I have said, I'm not where I am really wanting to be as yet in the community, but I am doing well. On the bronze, I am there for the third time, and soon I'm going to be a legend there. I am now on $400 boards, and the gifts are beginning to come in. And then on one of the boards, I'm already on gold. Hallelujah, hallelujah. This has been an amazing story for me, an amazing journey. I am just really trying to be brief because I am very aware of the time. Candz went, the presentation went a bit long, so I don't want to hold people here, but I want to encourage you. Keep working at it. I don't want to repeat what she said. Keep inviting people. One thing that I know is that you will meet people all the time, new people all the time. You cannot sit there and be frustrated and say, I don't know anyone to invite. When I'm on holiday, we go on holiday and I speak with people on holiday. And my approach is, let me have your telephone number. I'll call you and tell you how an elderly lady like me is affording to be on holidays with you like this, and that is one of the approaches. On shopping malls, I talk to people with little ones, the approach, that they talk about on the AIDA, extremely important. I see someone with a little baby and I start playing with the little, not baby, sorry, toddler, and I start talking to the toddler themselves, and I say, and I'm chasing them. And then a few minutes later, I'm talking to their parents and saying, how old are we here? What about her education? What are you doing to make sure that you will afford that education? I can actually share with you something, a wonderful community that can help you to prepare for her education when she gets to that age. So we learn things here. I'm very afraid of, the internet, crypto, and so on. And in this community, I am learning to deal with my fear of this space. Now I know crypto, I'm beginning to go into the space myself, and so on and so forth. I tell you, this is an amazing community. We are learning, we are growing every day. We support one another. Guys, there is no benefit. This is not an MLM. It's not a place where you're going to get commission. Your commission is going to see when someone else's life is changing because you have invited them into this community. So I am encouraging all of us, let's hold hands together. We are working very hard to encourage one another, even though there is really no direct benefit, but we are building a community of successful people, and we want to make sure that in this community, everybody is getting somewhere. Let us not wait for the system to feed us with people. Let us keep inviting. So what do they say? The hen that lays the golden egg. This is our space. We know Mokgodisano in South Africa, in Africa, actually, we have that word even before we come to gifting communities. Sometimes it's even 2 pairs, where we give each other money to help each other with projects. Then this is a bigger community. Let us enjoy it. Let us, I said to somebody, because they were saying, oh, this is a Ponzi, this is a pyramid. And I said, what is not a pyramid? This is a beautiful pyramid if it is, because we all get to be a president. If we take the structure of the government, our president is Ramaphosa. There's only one Ramaphosa. And until they remove him, he will remain there. But here, one day I can be Ramaphosa, one day I can be that sweeping lady at the bottom. Everybody gets to enjoy all the positions. So I love it here. I love it here. I hope we can all love it and know that this is about empowering everybody. And really with that, I want to say, may the Lord bless us all. May we see success and may we move from one level of success to the next. I will see you at the top. I will see you at $5,000 level. All the best.
Oh,
All the
thank you
best.
so much, Mpho. You know, it's been such a beautiful journey for all of us. And I think I remember on the precursor, I'm sure we met because you gifted me on the $400 board.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Was
so
it
lovely to
400?
have you here. So lovely to see you shining. I think so. Could have been 1,000.
I think it was 1,000. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was a
Even
higher
better.
one.
Even
Yeah.
better. How does it get better than that? And now we don't even play with 1,000. We've got a $1,600 and a
True.
5,000. So thank you so much for sharing. We love you. Your energy is amazing. And can't wait to see you on the $5,000 board, my love.
Me too.
All right, everybody. It's been an amazing evening. I'm sorry that my internet was on and off. Angela, thank you for co-hosting with me. And yeah, so tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we've got Petra with some beautiful self-development. And then on Monday, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have our 8 o'clock presentation as normal, but I'm going to bring a little bit of Candz magic into the space on Monday. And at 7 o'clock on Monday, I'm going to begin with a guided meditation. And then I'm going to have a couple of beautiful people that are in the community sharing what gifting means to them. So we're bringing a little bit of the Monday motivation and a little bit of the heart and the love into the space. And I would love to share and see you all there. So on Monday, it's going to be from 7, guided meditation, sharing the love. And then at 8 o'clock, we go into the presentation for all of your new people. So we love you. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Friday. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tsunami of love, everybody.
Namila, thanks, Candz. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Really good,
Thank you.
Candice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Good night, everyone.
Brilliant,
Thank you.
Candice.
Have a good night.
Good excitement. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Mpho. Thank you, Mpho.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Mpho.
Love you.
Bye, Angela.
Love you.
Hey, Ricky.
Bye, Grandpa.
Night, guys.
Thank you very much.
Gonna see you now.
All right, Angela, it's all you.
Hi, Vicky.
Bye, Christy. Good night. God bless.
Bye, Angela.
Goodbye, good night. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Yeah, George.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hola, George.
Hola,
You've got to end it. You're the host.
Bye, Rachel.
I signed off.
Hola.
Oh, somebody's got feedback.